The very next part of this book is the preface, and I wanted to talk about one particular part of that. Lawson said that the English travelers who went to America are of the meaner sort and of a very slender education. They were hired by the merchants to trade with the Indians, and the voyages could last several years, and yet, later, those Englishmen were incapable of giving any reasonable account of what they met withal in those remote parts. And he said the French outstripped the English on this. The French sent missionaries and sent gentlemen along with the missionaries. And they went out into the wilderness to discover things and to get to know the Indians. And those French had to keep a journal of their journeys to present to others back in France. He said this breeds an honorable emulation amongst them to outdo one another, even in fatigues and dangers, whereby they gain a good correspondence with the Indians and acquaint themselves with their speech and customs, and so make considerable discoveries in a short time. So the French outdid the English. The English didn't pay any attention. They just acted like mindless children, not paying attention to what they were doing, but the French were held accountable. They had to be able to describe things back to their fellow countrymen in France. So they were held to a higher standard. They performed better. Lawson also said a great part of this pleasant and healthful country is inhabited by none but savages who covet a Christian neighborhood for the advantage of trade and enjoy all the comforts of life free from care and want. And Lawson makes later mention of how the Christians lived and some of the benefits of their lifestyle. We'll get to that in later videos. Thank you for joining me for the preface. Please tune in next time for the introduction.